Hello guys, welcome back to part 4. Sorry it's been a while since I've uploaded the last one, but we had the death in the family and the funeral and all kinds of things like that, and I've ended up working night shifts again and playing about with these things in between shifts. So I've not had much time in the way of editing and uploading and stuff like that, so I'll make this dead quick before we get back into everything that we're doing with 3PO, wherever he's gone, because I've lost him. I've put him down somewhere safe and he's not safe. I've lost him completely. Nope, he's gone. I don't know. I'm going to give two special shouts straight away to, first of all, Johnny, who, ooh, that's Johnny now, dinging away in the background. Johnny's posted a few photos literally in the last half hour or so of his version of the 3PO build that you've been following so far. Oh, I tell you what, this lad's work is absolutely amazing. It really is. Johnny, seriously, well done, mate. Thank you so much for doing yourself justice. It's phenomenal, it really is. The second mention is dedicated to a paramedic friend of mine in America who's currently on tour at the moment with his family, doing all kinds of wonderful things. Adam and his three princesses. Now let's see if I can get this right. There's Taylor, there's Alex, and there's Morgan. Hi guys. Oh, shift. Definitely shifting you before I knock you over again. Okay. All the varnish is dried. Well, the varnish, I say, it's that's future stuff. So it's time to rebuild and see where we are and see what else needs doing and things like that. So I'll take all these butter clips off, like so. Clip these off. Ooh, that's what we need to do. We need to work on the waistband. So I'll just pull that back out from. It does go, honest. So there's a couple of ways we can go with this now. Need you as well, because we need these parts here to build the middle section. Now they gave you stickers or these decals, which they're really boring, and you've got all that detail that's going to be hidden. So I'm going to paint these, because why not? Now these flexible things here, I'm actually going to test with, it's all flexy and stuff like that. I'm actually going to test that with just the matte varnish to see what they look like afterwards. I'm not going to paint them because they are flexible and it will crack, so we're going to leave those. And then with these things, I'm actually going to paint these silver. Well, I say silver, it's, where are we? The Model Air aluminium. Just give us that bit of extra shine. I'm going to load the brush up, pull and twist to a point. Bracing my fingers against themselves and against the piece. Just very lightly. Just pick out the top parts. So it's literally kind of like dry brushing. Shift that, the camera's fighting with focus. I'm barely touching it. You can see the angle of the brush is actually quite flat. Barely touching those parts. Don't worry too much if you get it on the ribbing. So it actually come in as part of the wear and tear. You can have these things hiding it as well. So don't worry too much. And so with the decal thing, you're going to lose all that detail, all that ribbing and stuff like that. So I think even with the decal softeners that you'd normally use, even that won't be able to pull into all this detail. I think it's going gloopy now because it's been out for a while. Oh, this is therapeutic. So she saying to my girlfriend the other day, I was watching her do some of her crafty stuff. And I could have quietly sat there just watching. Well, she was just using blendable pencils. It was really therapeutic, just sat there watching them. Right, that's going a bit gloopy. That's been out for about half an hour, that paint, and it's still not gone off. It's going, it is on the turn. I'm going to thin that down a tiny little bit. That's better. I'm actually working on finishing off R2 and doing this at the same time. And quite interesting trying to keep everything separate but workable together. All of this detail stuff now is being done alongside the final touches for R2, which is why that's been out for ages. Let's liven up a bit now. So we'll get some matte varnish on that, just to tone it down a little bit. Back in a moment. In fact, before I do that, I've got the paint out, might as well finish these as well. Because these parts here are a silvery colour. Now wherever I say silver and gold in this video, I'm not too sure if I've said this before now, I can't remember to be honest. It's just a generic name. Let's get some more out. Here we go. It is actually the Vallejo aluminium, which is more like a Tamiya's gold, chrome even. Gold. Ooh. There we go, that's better. We're not going to varnish these or anything like that. We're going to leave these as they are. The gold parts in the centre have been gunk washed, but we want these pistony type things that I'm painting silver now to look like working parts, so we're going to leave those. I'm not going to stain them in any way. There we go. So yeah, it's getting quite confusing because like I say, I was doing the R2 build and this build at the same time, but I'm using the same SD card. And I'm filming one clip for 3PO and then one clip for R2. But when I get to the PC, I've got to transfer them into separate folders, so I know what I'm doing when I edit it all together. And it's getting quite confusing sometimes. I really must start saying at the beginning of these clips, this is for R2, this is for 3PO. But no, that would be too easy and organised and simple, and yeah, that's not my style. So, in with the X20A, the old gunky stuff. Oh, still turned a little bit of silver on there, so remember, don't grab your bristles and pull. Do this kind of thing and pull and twist. Oh, silver is mostly gone. There's still a tiny little bit there. I'll get back in here. There we go. Lovely. Now, I'll try and show you there. Just clean up on the ferru. I never could say that word. This one. Just to get rid of any excess that you've collected from the edge of your pot. There we go. Really quick. No messing about. None of these specialist brush cleaners that they insist that you need and you don't. Save your money. Buy a couple of tubs of this stuff and it'll last you forever. Right, we'll dumb that down with, where have you gone? You were there before, haha. With this stuff. It's supposed to be a satin, but it dries more on the matte side of things. Just to take that shine off. Back in a moment. Yeah, I've been quite naughty. I've not cleaned my airbrush out properly from the last time I used it. As you can see, that's nowhere near as quick as it should be. That should be popping straight back. Excuse me. Straight away. It's the same when you press down. Because that's a little bit too tight now. It's not quite got the control it should have. It's okay for what we're doing right now, but that will need a proper clean. And it's usually something stuck down this end because it's not been cleaned properly. With the front end there, it's just binding that tiny little bit. So it's okay for now, but it will be get stripped down soon. We'll do a proper clean up. Just a bit of scrap piece of paper. sure we're going okay. It's literally just a light coat. And then leave your trigger forward, just press down for air. Just to flatten it all off a little bit. You'll actually see it drying as you go. Okay, so that's dry enough. Quick test again. Second really light coat. So we can leave that now for about an hour, give or take. When you touch it again after an hour, if it sticks, don't use it. If you can feel any tack whatsoever, leave it again for another hour, just to make sure. Right then, let's get the rest of the body in, and then we can start building the legs and the other stuff whilst we're waiting for the middle. Oh, I hate it when that happens. I thought I'd press boop and boop didn't happen and you weren't filming. I'm sorry. So I'll just cut the clear parts away from the frames. Just give them a quick nibble and tidy up. I'm just going to pop above you because you can't actually see that. So I need my magnifying lens. You're a hinge. Christ, no, I'm worried. 10:40, 2 days ago, and even with my glasses I can't see that part. Yeah, I'm worried. Now then, that lovely detail there does need a little bit of changing. I'm going to paint some silver in there just to pick out some detail, and then that cover goes over the top like so. So I'm just going to change it just so it's, you're not looking at gold all the time. Same with some of these pistons on the arm. But I'll do all this once I've actually built them together. Yeah, some of these piston-y type things here. I just want to get him built now. I'm getting all giddy and impatient, and this is where I tend to start making mistakes. Just take your time, don't get giddy, take your time. Go through your steps, go through your basics. Oh, they're tiny. Right then, just drop my seat down a little bit. Oh, that's better. So I can get behind you. Ridiculously tiny pieces. So you can get you close. There we go. Focus. Focus. It's not that far away. Come on. Focus. Oh, scratch that idea. I'll come to you. And this piece here goes inside his mush. Like so, the one with the denty head. So it looks like that. But before we can do that, we need these clear pieces. Let's go over the top there like that. And they are really fiddly. And so far they've gone bing twice across my room. That's upside down. My word, that is fiddly. You get something that looks like that. Now, I've painted it yellow, which looks absolutely ghastly, to be honest, but it's a lot better than the, I don't even know what colour that is that they give you. actually tried off camera putting one of these lenses over the top, and you really can't see it. It's ridiculously tiny. Yeah, apparently these holes here line up with those holes there. Be really careful you don't snap that part off. Then it all comes together. All comes to, oh, if you take the tabs off. See, these are the mistakes we were talking about a minute ago. If it doesn't fit, you're doing something wrong. Just keep that in mind. And now he's coming together. It looks the part already. Again, be careful not to break that aerial thing at the top. Oh yes.
Wait! Wait! Oh my! What have you done? I'm backwards! You flea-bitten furball! Only an overgrown mophead like you would be stupid enough to...
How to do it? Don't look at me like that. I'm actually building this together now. You consider that we started off with, there's some left there somewhere, that god awful plate there, compared to how he looks now. For me, that looks a lot more realistic than this stuff. It's great for the kids, don't get me wrong. You know, if you're only after, you know, something you're going to stick on your shelf and never touch again, it's one for the kids. It's completely fine. You do not have to do this. This is just my choice. Please don't sue me. Yeah, but I do think, like this, it looks a lot better. Now I'm just going to whip his head back off, so I can get these tiny fiddly little pieces in. Like so. I was playing about with the idea of painting silver hinges, pistons in there as well, but I'm not going to. It's a bit too much faff. No, there's absolutely nothing stopping you doing it if you go down this route. Fiddle. There we go. Wonderful. So I'll plonk that to one side. I've actually got the other breastplate as well. I think this is the Empire Strikes Back breastplate. Breastplate. You're a hinge. Was that right leg? That's right leg. And that's right leg, I think. Yes. You can tell it's right leg, it's got more grooves. Now I've never actually noticed this about 3PO. You know, given how many times I've actually watched these films, and knowing them inside out like I do, or I think I do, I've actually noticed the detail in the legs. There's more grooves there than there are there. These lines don't match up. You got that circly thing there that isn't there on the other. Only when you start building stuff like this, you only notice these details. Same with the feet. That solid band there on the right foot doesn't match the left foot. So it just shows you the amount of detail that actual prop makers go into. Get off, get off, get off. It's incredibly detailed. Really nervous now. It's this stage of a build where something can and will go wrong. If it doesn't fit, you're doing it wrong. So we've got a bit too much paint on that peg there. So we just nibble that back. There we go. If I split his kipper a little bit, just check that they're all the way home. Yep. Standing up. Like so. We just need his waist now. Ooh, that's what we need to do as well. Have these little Flash Gordon aerial things. I don't know if these are actually static discharges or not. Bing. Again, be very careful, very delicate, these parts. Bing! I'm just going to scrape that paint back there a little bit. Just noticed as I put the other one in, it went squash. Don't start. Yeah, I was a little bit worried about doing the gunk wash, on the, especially in the gold. I know what it's like on silver and normal colours. On the gold I was a little bit worried, because I wouldn't normally use black or a dark colour like that. I'd normally use something complementary. But that looks absolutely gorgeous. It really does. So that's about as far as I can go for the time being. Oh, that doesn't look right at all. Oh, no, that looks shocking. That's about as far as I can go for now, whilst I'm waiting for that waistband to dry properly. And now the fun begins. Oh, we need to be really careful here that you don't actually snip through these vinyl parts. Really careful indeed. Like so. I'll just be very careful shaving that little tap away. I don't want to put a gouge in. Okay, so that's that one, and then that one. And it doesn't look it at first glance, but there are differences in these two pieces. As you can see there, there's more wires on that one than there is on this side. And the same with these. At first glance it doesn't look any different at all. That one is slightly wider than this one. It's not much, or is it? Hang on. One of them is slightly wider. It's that one, slightly wider than this one. There's not much in it, but it is there. And again, these are vinyl-y type things as well, so be really, really careful. Right, so I'm going to take part 5 first. I'm going to leave 6 on the frame, so I can tell the difference between them. So that's part 5, which goes into part A22. Like so. It does go. Just be careful with it, because I can actually feel how flimsy that is. And that goes to the top and squish into the bottom. Like so. Lovely stuff. So I'll be the same this side. We'll put that one with the 2 pins in. Like so. Got part 6 away. Shot. Straight in the bin. You can only take my word for that, can't you? Shocking. And anyway, even if you did cut all these parts off, there's only one tab on this. There was 2 on that one, so you can't get it wrong. Another fantastic Bandai design. Absolutely foolproof. Right, so that goes in there like so. And that big sticky out piece there, not the short one, big sticky out one, goes into his waist. Making sure that you catch all these little pieces inside the waistband. Firm push. Horrible sounding click, but it is there. Have I done that the right way around? Nope. Ugh, typical. So be careful with that too, boys and girls. Right, take his legs off. So if you get it wrong, there is a potential here for disaster. Which is why I'm taking his legs off. To minimise how many parts I break. There we go. Right, so this V here, we need this V to the front. Just goes to show you how long metal paint takes to dry. That's actually been drying for 2 hours. There we go. Let's put more like it. Click, crunch. Hold your breath. There we go. It actually turns out quite well. All detail painting. We like that. We like that a lot. I love these big screws here. It's absolutely amazing. Let's do that piece. While we're here. So I'll get the aluminium Literally a tiny, tiny little dot. That's all we need. It's literally just ghosting over the top. Really shallow angle. I don't know if you can hear that. There's a kid screaming outside. Doesn't sound very happy at all. There we go. Did you see any of that then? Sorry. So really shallow angle. Try and get you a decent angle. There we go. Really shallow. And you're literally just edging over the top like that. And then what we'll do later on is, once that's dry, we'll come back with a little bit of graphite on the end of your finger, just rub it round. Let's get some of these pistons. Now, I'm not being film real with this part here. I should do, but I can't be bothered going away and look at reference photos again. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Right then, so we shall leave this to dry for quite a few hours. Look at that definition. Rubbish. Hey! Leave us dry quite a few hours, and then we'll come back and do a few more last bits and bobs, like the massive great big, don't use that part, massive great big oil streak that comes down from the restraining bolt and from whatever these things are here. Yay! He fell over. So it's... help me out, guys. What are these three things here? Are they warts? Are they nipples? Are they something else? Attachment points for other bits and bobs? Are they plugs? Oh my, you look awesome. There we go. I found him again. So all that lot you've just been watching was filmed at the end of May. Literally 2 days after my birthday. Yeah, I turned 40. It was great. I don't remember any of it. I wasn't even drunk. That's the worrying thing. I was working nights, I think. Or was I? Anywho, so at the end of that clip, what you've not seen, or what I've not told you in the clip itself, is another coat of varnish, yet another layer. That's the best thing about these clear things. Like I say, this is the old stuff. I've had this about 8 years. I'm not even halfway down the bottle. It lasts forever, and you can build up really, really, really light coats in between. Just give you an idea of how good it is. The Harrier that I'm working on at the moment, look at that shine there. That's literally 2 coats before I started laying down these decals. Here's an interesting fact for you. Apparently non-UK manufacturers aren't allowed to reproduce the roundels that the MOD use. The MOD will charge for it. So if you're UK based, like Airfix or somebody else along the Airfix lines, they're allowed to do the roundels because they're British, but these Japanese manufacturers, like Tamiya and Hobby Boss and things like that, have to do them separately. Quite odd. Whether or not that's enemies of the UK in previous conflicts, I don't know. Why? It's just faff, it really is. But what I've got to do now is put another layer of varnish over top before I can put the new roundel on. The red bit in the middle, it's rubbish. Faff, really is. Anywho, as you can see, there's quite a bit of shine there as well from the previous layers that I've done, plus the finish coat. I think altogether I ended up with 7 different layers of clay, something silly like that. It's a ridiculous amount of varnish, but it's beautifully thin and you can get away with it. It's awesome. But yeah, it's what, it's the 15th, 16th of July, 16th I think, something like that, and this was done at the end of May. So it gives you an idea of how really ridiculously busy I've been. I've not been able to get to edit these things. This is the end of part 4. I'm about to do part 5 now, which is all this stuff that's coming next. All the focus, oil staining and things like that. So please stay tuned. Hopefully I'll get that up within the next couple of days. This one unfortunately was just a housekeeping thing of, oh look, stuff dried and I've built him. These things happen. The perils of filming your model making. It's wonderful. I really must clean this up. That is silver base coat from doing this in R2. Doing this in R2. I really do need to clean that because it's playing havoc with my lighting and my white balance. Anywho, that'll do it for part 4. Join me very soon for part 5, hopefully, and we'll do the stains.